Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, guys. Albenyadi. So street wisdom talk with Kebba. Bim furata nang Mr. Sabally lema. Sabally mange moti mi ya longo a introduction jamani because Sabally mang nugum Gambia. Mo jamani Sabally long. So konga na programo ke nyamen kafuta mol mami ya longo nyika kacha lo wisdom over sodo la jemi ya longo adanda na fala be fana na fala. And also ni furata na politician norma. Sometimes Kebba as street ambassador, question do meaning Gambia long street road after holding meaning wala the people of Gambia after holding meaning. So Kebba is sitting here as an individual and also as the voice of you, me along Egan Jibe, Ninga Fem Posika for Yeka Navaso. So Purga Fuda Mono me along Nima Katara, Ndana Navaso to the Fundamental Navaso to the Yoga, you put me along ngala fala. So being further Sabally dema babla la nali and your content demanding from there we can get into the program. So Sabally numna gesol be la programo ngafo you can feel free to speak in whatever language you feel comfortable. So it's a mix now.
Okay, baraka Kebba, I'm content about la photo yang purunga kacha hea fanya meng nim funding ke ole kacha katuni ko streets ngaji ko funding ke ole bije be jiber lal be kontona. It's quite a pleasure to be on a platform like this talking to the streets. That's where we belong.
That is where we belong. No brother Paul for now but everyone in this street one way or the other.
It actually reminds me of my boy, Sparkling Black. At the other own thing, a sort of street degree. So maybe you should talk to Sparkling Black at some point.
Okay, maybe
he's an artist actually, but also
I also have artists on my platform.
An artist, a producer, a youth leader.
Okay.
Amazing guy actually.
I will reach out to him. So guys, Sabally so the short introduction di. So question on konge ni nganya men Kebba kama men ko dama fer wala man diga kamati nadara kando bi je mi alon ka ayo moy fan demanding o kel angale kamati aka surwa ka wotray alafta ka mo yani fula ka woni kando bari ale ni ndongal la sone ndabul follow for now. So mbeduna programme ko no ba fala Sabally dimalam Sabally, that is always my first question.
Okay, a tough question for me actually, because this is a question that I have answered for almost 25 years now. Who is Momodou Sabally? Who is Momodou Sabally? Who is Momodou Sabally? So in later into details, I've been a program of it because I can talk about it for half an hour.
Okay.
So na buko safele me alon kom famala tariko leng university. Wo buko ngamira lera jamba keme bejere.
Okay.
Wo be muna tariko damalti at university. So ninkombe wo dama fola yare la time wo be vitale. But to keep it short, Momodou Sabally Nawulul Bota Badibule, which is a great pride. I'm sure those from Kiang, they want to be like me because I'm from the Republic of Badibu. So both parents, interestingly, what Sabah Sanjale Kataba, that's the village where former Vice President Sehu Sabally comes from.
Okay.
But Mbama Jameatela origin from Badibu Iliasa. They settled in Banjul, Wuluta Walto. Na Karanga dati Walto Alkurana Karanga Darapa Ablai, then moved to Kombolamin. Nursery school ke also in Karanta and then later Dara. So the Jaman Laban Street dinding men man Karanta along walen suto karama me aran ka lole nyina alia bajo alia dimba mala alia wala almuta alia soran alia karang. So ngawal kele St. Peter's Primary High School, then Dara Gambia High School. Ala natan dema wato University man soto jang ya jamela man sakunda inata University bunda ere jang. Nkafa then UEP, University Extension Program.
Okay.
Mbulata funding ke follow economist dunta okafokono kakara. Graduated in 1999. I was the valedictorian. A very interesting. Another man ke Gambia latari koro. Men be karankanje, including at the time Memo Energy Minister saying Nani Juara, our ambassador in UN Lamin Diba. Yankuba Dabo GRA, Deputy Esa Jaro, lots of people will be Islamic Development Bank, Abu Kamara, Tamsir Cham, IMF, Alhamdulillah. But just one more example, look at in the Mola Karamana Faseke no menti. Then, Mbota Jengaloko Central Bank as an economist, Sanji Tankejele. In between that, Atlanta, Georgia State, nga na master's degree keje. Then Nataba Central Bank, that Ministry of Finance as budget director. In between, Safero Diata Nyanka Safero ke, na book follow Safe Jangi Jolof, University of Tarikoto. Then Instant Success, The Way to Happiness, For the Gambia, Living the National Anthem, To the Gambia, The Smiling Coast, Love Notes, as a compilation of love poetry and, Strum Your Kora, Conversations with Macky Sall, that's Senegambian relations. Kitab Jamal Safe, Dol BJ Mawol Findi, nga kitab of Safe Mandinka Kangola, Fara Ninjamba Katang. That's Mandinka poetry. Mawol published follow. They are still in manuscript format. Safero diata nyebake ala yo silo sono yandinye. Then alala de maro ya jaminatan appoint as Secretary General, Minister of Presidential Affairs, Minister in charge of the Civil Service. In between I appoint as Secretary General of the APRC. Then nata kuya yambay do wala yen samba bunja woto NIA tanina ba yaro na rek. Wala randunta suratul Yusuf la tari ho kono so ku man jakali ye ku man dew ye ku man sunu ye aketa alala ne moti dorong. So ku jamal leketa dal then the same year jamana tambula yam murundi ko tenga appoint as managing director editor in chief observer. Janata plus dola wakang director general GRTS ngau plus fulol be marale. At the same time, it was interesting episode in my life na dindi jamale do ko kengoto wato Omar Wali, including Mulamin Sultan Jame, lots of them, Aliou Cissé QTV, hibe muna dindi ngolti ni do ko kenunje by Ibrahim Cham, who later worked for I think GRTS and then BBC in Scotland. Ngaku jamal ke jeda. That was an interesting episode of my life because ngam arts and entertainment magazine created Observer Light. Sultan leng ankotu ni wotonak. Nka magazine produced then audiovisual from Pro. It was transformational. So, well, Ketele, just in a nutshell, then what else? Mansakunda Falinta, then we had to take a position. At the time, Mansakunda support, Mbalantan Conte support. With some good reason. Then Nata joined UDP, Alayang Kundije from Ketele National Campaign Manager. Natari Kosotoje, na presidential election lose 2021, Oketa Makambati. But not a rebound under my leadership as National Campaign Manager. NPP challenge for Siran Nani Soto, the urban area, that's Banjul, KM, LRR, and where else? Banjul, and Brikama. Brikama leadership letter and National Campaign Manager. And as former Babala Commando at the time. So then Nata moved to NPP, joined the President of Brunei Doko, Another plus as special advisor to the president. Another appoint as deputy national campaign manager for NPP. Another bondi plus all of our national with president. But in between all of this, menkumata wale funding ke ol doku New York dia nyebake safero ke kadia mol ke funding ke ol ya married. Happily married with 5 beautiful children and a beautiful and intelligent wife. Mashallah, tabarakallah. In a nutshell. In a nutshell, that is it. MashaAllah, tabarakallah.
So to be honest with you, I'm really impressed.
Thank you.
Because nga saveroke social media that is like 2 years ago long was start and also na bugo bijele ngam 7 partial already ngani editorial just one book for now but then you bugo will count them ni ma will follow when impressed bagale so the reality is nga program on mil bege nga tarata kan question kilim fula saba nga question na nyina wala sa nga continue but sabale introduction min daman dijam question jama la kundo kono no ku jama la sabal la podo ndigile dafa na mimba jibe kan ya ku jama lonje through this maybe sabal sida tele jama la doga kaja but maybe ita ka kewa jibe na man sabal je TV doto so abla bi ya sabal fana la moy dal demanding ko di so sabal kajani malaf kela time jamata bari kon daga ba dun la demanding because I have a lot to discuss here.
Football final fulale bembulu bi de bisa jambanjeli nga boye ngata yundum fana but anyway let's roll.
Yeah, let's roll.
Let the interview dictate its own pace.
Yeah. Yes. That is right. Yeah. So Sabal currently our dogo on the government and janbin beefing our do on the government, whether the opposition party or the ruling party, still you are working for the government. Kebba mantara Gambia, but Kebba is also working for the Gambia. So Sabally ni ngalo question o minna the next. Well, I'm saying in English, but then you can feel free to answer in any language. So what is your position at the moment?
Special advisor to the president.
Special advisor to the president. So maybe question will be the president Nyingano wala Sabally is the right person also because Sabally Nyingawala. So the purpose of any question here comes with something miyalong or wisdom or better rapport and motivation or any an ordinary Gambian miyalong ko among fendo understand and then more than explain to his capacity purga understand. So Sabally Nyingala next question on Minaja. While many Gambians are struggling with the cost of living, as the general advisor of the president sitting here with me, what do you say to a citizen who feels life is getting harder despite promises of change?
Well, life is hard everywhere, including the United Kingdom. I'm sure Niela Mole call saying, he may call fiber for the essence of dollar fata. In America, it's the same. Ning essence of dollar fata ka ripple effect lesoto. Akaf cool bele dollar fandi. Oda manti hani borom be minna pour kam fanjara da bela fata. Dunga mandati saying coronavirus era lenata. Ay dunia la fanko be suki. Mbe o struggle kono Ukraine nata. Mbe o kono saying nyamati kelo because nyamati yala ntenga je wala nyama. So this is the reality of the world. Global inflation wala bela fakang. Gambia nak nata tara situation o meya lonko. Akawa ku yata bankun dinnem meya lonko practically nka balumen nka bele bondi na bantala bankola. O fanan nata kole yalla fandi ka tu bantala bankola. Ni la fengol da la fata ron fengol ta da la fala hani wonte fang to ba wol ka ko exchange rate dala so ka fali menna ni bantala bankol la kodo ni bantala bankol la kodo sembo warata dron dala ebe men sol ebe sol la mena dala so to pour ka fengol bondi na bantala bankol fa se la fa so wol be ka tinna fengol da ka fa bari ngam melonga karanga kalamuta Gambia fisiata banku jama lati na tundola mano dadiyata janne than any other place na nyin tundola jam jambando mol ka bonam banku dolto e ka dum Gambia ka sunya to samba ila bankol kan suto monatinna ka to jambando dadiyata janne anin ku jama man sakunda e sila jamal taje including kanamo tala mano nin tulo nin sukrol nin bagas dol kan pour mol la balwo se sono ya no nyame man sakunda man dawala President bota tole la sainten ay to men ke wala monti pour ka silol deda mana silol la dulal la me alon ko senelal la sene dinkiral le bije tarake tol dita ni men yetto nyim folo jambandol dita o be monen pour senon se sono ya no senelal ye nin senelal la seno la fata balobe sono ya adu waketale orle American rice started for 2,200 but amensi atati baranata ji up to 1,700 through jar rice jar oil aketa nyadi la man sakunda e silol me walang pour seno seri wa abulata wolle kono pour ay seno no marwo farms ibeka de maro soto man sakunda bulle mano dabe ji kan kachal men keta state house banjul alfal ka futa president oma sunkar sali mo be d'accord tamen na wala ko nyin sunkaro ko wol sono yatale compared to other sunkarol wol bije ma sakunda man dawola ibe dulal yele kam funding ke wol se karano jamen vocational institutions university kuto yeleta you set obe mo munati funding ke wol ko mansa anin private secretary mo be talan do ko wala na karambe karanto ni okay se fansum dula yele nole man sabe kodi koroso ta kan ka dum funding ke wol buluke ma koy ngamolo nje 1.5 million wala so ay atelier yele atata China ay solar setup samana ay computer machine samana Gambia man sakunda wolle okododi wala abisia la funding ke kemeti mayo ma koy roso jamal ite sonna pour ka fa moli amoy because dol bije kutum kan na ya fanan kam batandi bake ibe UK man sakunda we ko do la fondi Netherlands okay Netherlands man sakunda we ko do tala ya di la ko tay business okay it doesn't happen anywhere so kuma momenti woleng nte sila ka foko koleya man tra keren koleya be keren be men foka wala jandam mante dunia be ko wolem bari man sabe silol men kata ta kam pour ka koleya fanan sono yandi be wolle fokan Gambia funding ko la fata ngola ba ke ngalo le famasi Netherlands alla ko nyaw bol be la fakala chatin to nya fon fania
Gambia mo jema la fakala to
so ntenga it's a very special situation because ntema la banku soto men la funding ko kala fikata ma katambi Gambia nol so partly doku soto bali ya bijele men katina mol ka finti bari kumpo anin la fo tamola o fanan bije adunga mantela nyanda kala kuti mense moteren atu ala fangole ko nyi alquran ko siru fil ard akoma tama ngala ka ko wol jibe ngajibe jamanol men tambitanu be nyamen so tamo on tenga jelo ko abi hadama di wala fitrale kono so but tuwawol nata tamo ko yande visa ko keta problem ti man sakunda ning Spain ye kambe ngo signé pour funding ke wol se tama eta Spain barola man sakunda le o fananke wo mu muneti pour mon do man do ku soto ya ni tata babu isa so rese fama ko ela dimbayal ma ko o bali wosone yandi la fa ba ko yandi la aba sone yandi la bari mo neketa wasilo to chat funding ke wol men siatam funding ke tallulu the idea is alta kari wora le murnan dol fana yeta the agreement al murnan al nyom funding ke wol ye findi e fana yeta baraka e mo nek e balantay mon sonna so funding ke wuli fula wuli saba wol bela doku ko se sono ya no rem funding ke danta yo tinya ninga bulu kilin chodi man sakundala bulu lulu ben fangal kan al ngam fan korosi kuke in Senegal I understand it will link Spain law agreement o ngama ye sila seke jele for kononto 8 to 9 cohorts because menutata imurtanan kola yabe kering man sakunda be simfal takan e koni be kula e finance ese balo mosi wala in a nutshell o nyinen karola
so here kuma fana do fajan mu karam bundal ni keta talati mi ya lon ko tadulani wala wonyun kono ni te abedende je mo chamen lo bulane no ma ba nyatina ibo mo chamo be la haju tinyala
be continue la ko tanke chad beyond that nkamanya men nintata wandi bankol ka na ofana korosi to abul sobe yata de ni ajen kate ya ye ya dokule ni tata je doko ke to babol e ka tamal wala ni tata la banko kan luwa noma mo kiliye ku jawo ke Italy Spain e ba para Gambia dingole o be Gambia dindingol la tamo aba sono yandi la fa ba di yandi la fa ba ko le yandi la let's be fair to ourselves
ni tama de tata dawa de ko banku to mu wala ambassador do la
an bol ngalo ne menu kake tubabo do ngang hakilo tu wolto ante tubabo blame because ntol Gambia jam banku dole ngabota Africa janante hanjela ke to fo ni wolto fo drom motel alela because of idaji ko so sen hakilo tu daji ko to fana nim findita
so sawan fele de na question fla I want jali question kilama ko but then you know from you mala but still managing kala as a whole question. What is the biggest truth about the Gambia today that leaders are not saying?
Well, I think the biggest truth about this country that not just leaders but the followers are not saying is that this is a blessed country. Bankole meyaronko ala nema tamma ala e barako ke bamkoto ay kairo sabatindi je namira ayo nyin anata jamano bele barayan tol malade fa bi ayyi ala rabbikuma tukadiba banko kawa ku yata banko nding ni tata banko dolto amantundo fa ngasiye aton katanu Nigeria kata karangola je ba ke macroeconomics aton be central bank ni tata be to nyele ka fa nyete de alto la banko bi amal local government area si banko me yalan ko jiole afara from beginning to end o jiyo kono asiata je ba ke jise wala ngoti nyewol bije fendol bije men yalon ko wolbe be kan hakilo bulan bi suratul rahman marajal bahrain yaltaqiyan bainahuma barzakh la yabghiyan ala yoni mo be kenyim banko e kabrim be independent sotola jamal ko ndekela non fansum banko ti dol ko ngala Senegal kan o bije Gambia dingol fangol e balanta sa daw dama ko Gambia kana independent nga independent sanji taworo sain karambungol bijang university la manke kilinte manke fulati Cairo be sabatiring tundo to men yen murum dol bije bi kidi ke sol la ka joron je fayon tol fango man tora Gambia jang a latent war Sierra Leone men kadi je Liberia ala yen tanka o bila na banko betayata ye fengo fen fije ase fali ndeden quand même fo baldatun tayyibatun wa rabbun ghafur suratul sabah ala be diamu kan jamani dole e bargo jamano jang anin tol tamulun talde ala ni mata nyim banko male nga ala tentu nga kato la fa nga Cairo ku mo fo nga tama this is a blessed country nga dunia bele tama amen na first street 1999 tata Taiwan leno woni mbite ma mam fo nyata tamola nga dunia bele ma but Gambia is a peaceful blessed rich country by natural endowment nga ala tentu wala bang la in shakartum la azidannakum ninga wotento la fa asenema bari yema fa nimbalanta fana bute role bijede nteñin kuma kango wala man dung mol sondo moko no bake and yemen for not only leaders even followers are not saying it 2016 17 kate fayo kera mo nana me miracle man sax membe bo jang ase bo jang kido man fay abota jang do man dim bo mo be jiral jet fighter le ulita Sadio Baroko e manjaranta alhawa kono wol to kendi wona ta finti bari fitino seke no nyim banko kanjana dimba se wala ala en tankandi o bela transition o dawada after a strong man ka kola yala mune be Libya mune be Iraq nga fagon na duwana allahumma salli on tole allahumma salli long Iraq so Libya nolti Somalia ada e Cairo nin tank mo sabatindi jam ala nga ala tento fonse tenturo la fa ma foko mantra ke kan na alfa lo ba ke kan ne bandol funding kewol you got to appreciate that is important you got to appreciate ni wanted wrong ila baluwo be it will be in misery it will be in misery ni mang ala tento ake ila baluwo aka wala dete millionaire ol ke fam faade suicide tete be tuba bulu ya halon maisha tan danka
coming up on Yaman Kebba began as the voice of the street of Walla Momu, you understand? Yakuma do for the Walla, Ale Gambia bless Yaman, let them fight as a fee. In the phone over, honey do do some up on your fight, do those
as a falling.
So it had personal in Gambia young, and here Gambia and Nemo and Milford, and in Gambia no. Dolby ka Gambia ya nyame because to nyam mindi wolam eka kutu kati le fango hala mto nya bari mol fanam di jel ni hala ko still I bulo la ren nyokam ela complain mo me di government man nyinke so jelo mo ni hala ko nyema no fi aka fale sama kana kele tijang kuol kele mi ango kelo se kino ala mol beken kan believe kan peacefully up to date even mina for ordinary Gambian way mi alon ko mentality la babul mi alon ko wala government nyanda ka nyini nake han atara to nyalon government ne ba maring banko le nyanda ko kuja mal leke pour banko dingol le nafa government be mi nake kam banko dingol le nafa to ani banko dingol fango nyanda ka bo siri mi nake pour yi fango le nafa to ani banko fango le nafa to
alors fokata ko se la fa قل اعملوا فسيرى الله عملكم على كل ندوك okay na my favorite sheikh in the history of the Gambia Sheikh Omar Bun Jang ala wani man kafar kala ya wala fa fo misil me amba city la drong la ni misiro kono fa saloni wiru do hani fonse do ko okay kila do ko kala sallallahu alaihi wasallam kum fa yakuna manso ay atele ki nan kan bara ulta la katoke ay do ko ke safarul be pour kala pal wasata. So we got to work in Europe, in America. Nimbe tonya fola nyoe. Tubabol ka doko Kenya mentol bukake. That is the fact. I lived in America for 3 years. Kabrim bota jele nata Gambia appreciate better. Because na antaka doko Kenya. And men be jefa. Gambia nol men be America, men be Europe. Wol ka doko men kentol men be jambuka half ke. So where is this concept of laziness coming from? Gambia no doko kilim for 16 hours America ika fadil. Ba nimbe jambuka son kawake. So fokato se lafa. Fine. Mafoko mansabe menke kanga kanyan tale, that's why we are here to advise. But me more advice akwana me ya longa e banko kana. Asobe atabe do ko la President Barrow. Government will continue to intervene to support young people. Because mo dol bije wol solata ma ko yoro tonya. But mo dol bije wala ma ko yoro be fangole kan. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in wa isti'ana nying are required la pour fanga wuli katoke fana. Yala be satol sur wal ka fo le nyama. So fo kato se la fa fo attitude se falling, fo mira role se falling. And that's partly why I was eager to grant you this interview, because we need to speak to the young people of this country. Ndol fana manke di nditi sa ende bari nana man singa bulo la nyo kan. Be kata ko ke kan every day. And then hada madingo. Malla sotota de membe sila biya fo ko nte sola fa ma fenna nga sotota. Everything is all right. No. Abuga sotota. That's the point. So for kato se lafa. Fine sonta man sabe ma ko ro nyanta lafa la bari kato nyanta lafa la mira rol nyanta lafa la. Wati sotota jang man sakunda be ka fo fondinkeol kana tama mfentita. Nko mo man right to ka fo fondinkeol kana tama. That's on the Standard newspaper. The men for le wolen is a taran silol gibe. Like back way mo manya na restala pour ye fo ni yola. Pour kata dlato kata doko nyine je doko is not guaranteed for you. Netherlands je dingol be je le menu man doko soro. America ibi je le menu wuluta je America dingol leng ladu lay ma soro homeless people. It's everywhere. So an easy life is not guaranteed anywhere in this world. So fok kato se lafa wo kumaya tale man sakunda be continue la pour ka mako yoro ke fondinke wala bari ndol fondinke wol fanam fonse kacha ngan na miralo faling nga pare pour ka woli ka do ko woke kam fan nafa ani nadimbayal e ko ala le ka kuno be dañini bar arabu ka jina ay ta kuno la nyawa ko node wa laysa lil insani illa ma sa wa anna sa'ahu sawfa yura thumma yujzahu al jazaa al awfa fokato seke doron ya fo nyaawo nyaadal ibe murla wala kan ya la murito la slogan la bakele jef jel bay faado le ka jef jel yekato ke yana soro. Yes, I love that slogan. Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
Okay, so I'm going to give this to you straight in English, but you can elaborate on it more on Mandinka or any language of your choice to make the viewers understand. You were once part of the strongest opposition movement or political party. What changed and why you decided to join the current government? And the reason why I ask this is not question about our political base, but the diamla no jang about Sabally.
Kebba ni ajan ko yela question akamunta ko abe kolea ribule pour ye nyinen karo sa nyinen karo na tala tunte bulu.
No problem. Thank you.
The harsh reality of our times is kachata kila no nyimbanko can be political mankeje. For church or kono dem for misiro kono dem. Politics is a reality that we live. Into leba kono. Nga mellonje altol meme bantal talon nanoje. Ibe insinuation o ke kam fangila diamo kono pour ka fo nyanta men kala tel la moy relating advice no political la ci Kebba. Maybe street cool or something else, but ñu do mun na fertility. And this is part of the problem of this country. Na funding ko bi je abe la moy la ñina len ta to fala. Aka business o leke. Ni ngala business o from mbara identity exposure, but we have this as a joke. I'm sure you would not mind. Fire protection business o le babul. Ndele siatati. Alala de maro kan tele karantati ndele XP aka kan tele advice politics ngai munela do ko ta ko fire protection ngai ni advice dimba fala mbilla ma other than politics you cannot advise me about it. We are in that game now. It on football like yan keneba what for the Messi abe bolo kick la nyame. This is our show and we love what we are doing and we don't have apologies to anybody for the decisions we take in this game. You can tell David Beckham how to bend a free kick. We're doing that in politics. Bolo be manyana tala straight. Dol bija nyanta kof la nga kof la ta political and we are very happy with it. And even the youths, the real youths are all happy with it. Benum political kono. Jani mina UDP me party dole kono. Not a UDP. Mbara jendara party do kono. That's it. UDP fam. Party dole nata mol bota party dole nata join UDP is the reality. So amanke ku sanja amanke nana maji kuti political kono. Alamani maninka fakarae. MC Cham, the godfather of UDP party leader. General opposition alumnum. Anatala Minto PPP. He's now an emblem of UDP. So It's normal in politics. Because kulumbula la be ngani ya killing. Wongani ya wole mpulka bate. Buka dulang kulungo kono don because kulungo nyinyatale. Ite ila la jebe silole kan. Wo destination o wole muntika banko la mansa kunda taida e taraje banko ye doku. Wole ndundi patiol kono. But being in a political party is not an end in itself. President Barrow example odi, I love it. Ako iko ikata kila ya ni alabende ikata mwana nyene kila ya kote. Because kila nyante sambala alalen. Ibe mansa kundale nyene ka. Purka banko doku. Wo mansa membeje. Ako iko nanga doku. Say, what is your excuse if you are genuine? Mbela fila moli la mwenye mpart la meni alon ko miral la lelon na lem. Gambia political party men bejang. In terms of development and macroeconomic philosophy. Mun difference lebe tema atiye men fatata demanding wolem PDOIS bal wo fangon along the way say ni nyim parti do la mira role be situ yakanyola in terms of development policy in terms of fundamental pragmatic ideology as to what to do when you come to the helm of power. So molha ifalin tale be jannu yes Omar bun Khattab afalin tale fanya tatula kafir yalla Khalid bun Walid balango man jawya ani misil ma eka bala ne folo ka fa la ilaha ala man sala denni na fa illa allah so balango man jawya balandan na tambir ngo hasid ya kan na ko la jawyata ntol balantale based on the information we had at the time kabringa kibar dol soto information me ya lonko is different from ye landi men nanum falinta na decision o ta pour ka banko do ko we don't apologize to anybody for that. Kebba Jaiteh Kebba Jaiteh nke ko ke fimba jangama ba yellandi wala katun nana meye ko Kebba ngata Facebook Kebba the tall black guy nata Kebba is fair in complexion, is not that tall. So nyanta continue ka for Kebba the tall dark guy for nyanta falim na for Kebba is a fair guy. Our functions are based on the information and knowledge that we have. When those situations change and improve, we change with it. Like the American philosopher Ralph Waldo Emerson formerly said, a foolish consistency is the hobgoblin of the knave. Mol many alonko. It will be menkan ila fatar da odam malekam. Whole manke monya mendintide. Ila londole dasata. So we act based on the information and knowledge we have. When that changes, we change our direction. But at the end of the day, konga fo nyameng kulumbulala ngani akiling be mansakunda la nyine kan pour ka do ko ke ala yendundi o mansakunda be o do ko walela. That is it. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yes.
Okay. So Lampaka, it is what it is. Someone said you Sabally, but your son is coming. I know Sabally slogan on the because I'm here also as a youth and also on behalf of the youth. So Sabally, what is one thing you criticize in government before that you now understand differently being inside?
Well, there are a lot of things. 10, 20, 30 things that I actually, in fact, the president himself, the way I was informed about him, his personality, his character. And I really criticized this guy. You know, I was made to believe this guy actually is not serious. He does not love the country. I was even made to believe this guy is not even sensitive as the issue is, I'll say. He's not even interested in religion. And I care about my religion. I believe all of those things. When I came in, I found that it's false. And it just heightened my admiration and respect for him. He's serious. I've not seen a Gambian as serious towards work as President Barrow. In terms of religion, his support for religion, both Islam and Christianity, because he's the leader of all of this. It's just amazing. His dedication personally as a Muslim to his religion, I mean, mashallah. So that's just one aspect. In terms of work, his commitment to development. I'm a macroeconomist. That's what I study. I worked as home budget director. I know the constraints in government in terms of getting the necessary resources to path the ways for rapid socio-economic development. But I've seen what President Barrow has done. continues to do is almost a miracle for anybody who knows listen to this term, macro fiscal. Ki yanko leka for physical. Yaram fiscal and in physically man killing. Physical walem sembola quote. Fiscal walem mansakunda la nyatanko tamandi nyadi. So the macro fiscal situation of this country, if you know it, you will give a crown to President Barrow as a champion of courage in development. For the miles and miles of roads built in this country, world class like the OIC road, electricity infrastructure, 90% access, water, educational infrastructure, almost 7 billion in the higher education sector, the ultra modern Farababanta campus. Kabinga be dati lambe jelo no ya jamenyala. Membe jeno ani menketa sai. Kiyanka merol la ko wala bayna sama ay walarle. Haman killing. Dubena. God bless the president. Yes.
Okay, that brings this question in my mind. President Monga ajela ko mola mati mi ya longo bisa criticize no sama sula ila do ko dula do to comme banque do go still in I do work and go. Not everyone can do this. Ndafon ya understand nako president mo moldi mi ya longo kudol bije ayam futa wol mo modol da kuoto. Not everyone can do that. Isn't mean for no president or kuoto, maybe ordinary Gambian may understand.
Fabima rahmatin min Allah linta lahum. Al-Quran ayoren. Suratul Ali Imran. Alabidia mulakila sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Akai na nemo le tekaite Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam ko isono yata moluka. Ni sangara tanung sangara nyadola molbe se borila. And fadhu min hawlik. Fa'fu anhum wastaghfir lahum washawirhum fil amr. It's a very deep Quranic ayah. You can page follow on Facebook nka Al-Quran ayol share ye. Mboka commentary keje nak. Because I'm not an expert in the Quran, but mostly they come through inspiration. Nyaton kaya mandia. But Allah kila describe ning ayola sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Ma for president balomo kila altede. Ma fa amu saibete fanan. Ma fa amu wuliyoti fanan. But I daji kol soto me alon ko alala moni malla daji ko dem. So wale bala ko woto asono yata abuka mo malandi, abuka mo malundi, abuka mo barandi, abuka mo doya. Allah yo sono yanda wala na joku nyo siyata mul kono men yalon ko ina naketa akaja firlati. Political la karola. That is President Barrow. Sabar Lapa. That's him. Yes.
So, coming up on Yaman, no question was in Angol Bulanana. Ila introduction of Yatan in ko any Yadan by the time we do walai in other body. I wouldn't be
Medo wala banko e manto do ko la
Jam. I would do wala banko on the leadership of Jamme.
President Jamme.
Yes.
Yes.
So, it was for another sale mile too. I never knew that. But then ye soro for jang, me along one with the favor of soro.
Ening okasha. Allah fana soro le tala mbulu nga file nang be problem o soro ko wala.
Soro you said
yes, it's mine.
So because na that hama professor mojama kamera na biological father. But
Hama fana muntalete. So you have a problem with me. That's my main man.
So you have many things.
Hama is my main man. Amazing human being of supernatural intellectual capacity. Alamale amendi nyato.
Akuma dogo selo la kuoto. Ako is a rehabilitation center. Ako selo mo deda dulari. Bare ala ko mo deda dulari. Amanke fana be mo bele fana deda. Amanke fana sa. Jebe de hada bare akati nyaro fana ngere nyaro kuda. So selo ni na ko ani suratu Yusuf yemin yani min connect. Ani Yusuf dunda belu kono adeno didi anata ganye min soro. Sabaro la ko. So ela selo tota I'm a message le deal me because more than the Lamonica me alone got better than saying maybe when I'm done.
Dol fanam bitaje.
Dol bitaje.
That's the reality of life.
boldness.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
So maybe ila answer be more fun na farmian but ila horan say well sometimes you don't even have to go to jail to learn from someone me aron ka ne ta jail. So based on the kuro aninka sura de Yusuf connect anita la jail anila boje anin biri boda je ale bunda mi yele lafta ye inspiration don't
it's quite interesting. Yeah, long Al-Quran yemune fakotanke tilka al-ayyamu nudawiluha bayna an-nas.
Yalla mun ne kacha den ne kende. Every question comes with an ayah.
Yeah, long kabringa suratul Yusuf ma follow hakilo memma wal inna ma ashku bathi wa huzni ila Allah. So ala la demaro kan nte any situation na balwotan dunia be nyamem fanan nka jibe wal enslela wolum kule be caring ayo natan na mind to nga share na wife she was shocked al arabu ashaddu kufran wa nifaq so nte nka dunia la ko be jibe through the lens of the Quran. Back to Surah Yusuf. I got into motivational speaking and writing more than 20 years ago with my first book, Jangi Jolof, Instant Success, The Way to Happiness. Nka motivational lectures for a foundation creates Sabally Leadership Academy, SLA, motivation series. Then based on the book Instant Success, it's a 10-part series. Some of these things are actually on YouTube, talking to young people about life. But nte ko kukela nanka sujindi londo langa research baleke in terms of what makes people successful. From Steve Harvey's, I think it's the 7 habits of highly effective people. Tony Robbins, Zig Ziglar, Jim Rohn, Napoleon Hill will be more dunia icon solid in terms of motivational speaking and writing. Linjil kitabo nga karamba ke the Bible, both the New Testament and the Old Testament nga tali actual as a subject at high school. Indian ol din ol buku ol Bhagavad Gita nyol nga ol be karang Dr. Wayne Dyer nyol mbula rasila jamal le no ma jos kaji be hadama dingol balwo ba tamandila no nyaadi le pour ise sofa no je so it ala ku jamal sone yani nyaje kabri nga o kitabol be karang alquran on ak nana mate bula kabri ndending hani bi somanda na karanne. And I don't approach Quran ka ayol mem for ma for ka tandi mo la ko al-Quran olonne. It's like some kind of a revision. Pour fama pour ka kalinyina akwol.
No, for me like I'm better for the motivation speaker, you understand? But no motivation speaking Jonito, like I guide myself most of the time with the Quran or Hadith because now I well they feel and that's a feeling overall. Well, they feel that. So
context la kataraje. Quran mo fankas balti. Dol biye pour ya faham fo se finti. Yeta kitab dol karan. Ye londi dol karan. So but ni wol be karan. Ifrata al-Quran oma. Iba jara ko be men fo ka be al-Quran o dama le fasaraka. So Surah Yusuf in particular. So nte kabrini ya jame problem so la fombita under detention. I think I did almost 6 months, 5 months at NIA. Then about 42 days at mile 2. Remand wing, cell number 2. But to be honest, okay, I will not pretend that I wanted to go to jail. No, I would not. But kabrin dunta selo kono, wolum follow, ako man kuya nyeba, kem kom file sa en kamenu karan kitabol do sa en fongo ba jela la be nyame, bara man easy de. Kana do ay dunje de. So kabrin dunta watra this Eurocentric model. For Greek soul for Roman soul I think it's a Roman as this philosopher called Boethius, like Kitabo Safeka from the consolation of philosophy. Where you kusi falle tandia fanan soron enu ani mansake olo kuyata o soron di loko na yo Kitabo Safe Marcus Aurelius nyol ila philosophy e ka fole stoic philosophy. Ku kale yar ngol balwo alundo ngara ngol damon nga Jim Rohn nyol what's the name of this guy Iron John American philosopher lem atela lundo suyita silomen na waleng ki wula tota ko kata kasayo to mafo lopitan ngan singol de real kasayo ike karandi ke ala dame ate woleta ke bukoti aka tubabol karandala ngana ado dol bula jem ko wol man civilized bi tubabol ka joro ke pour kadun ke wulo kono cha nga kuma fo ni so ta de on paleta al send you links buka diamu ken senke so kabrin dunta prison it was practically to live the reality of some of these philosophies that I was learning bari kitabu tije alundo tije menso fasali aya sone yandi katambi suratul yusuf la ngabuko le safa suratul yusuf la ko do manuscript lati ma publish as a ke don ta publish la bari ngo kitabu safa sanji tankoma wana nko ali suratul yusuf muntalti al songora ngata kadi kiliya kadi maybe kadi suwa ngata kadi suwa ya judgment ken ni tening okasha tema
maybe
so na exegesis keje from my own experience neka suratul yusuf understand nyame it's really tough but maybe fana whilst I was in prison wasn't be dawda alquran november nana ka fono that was maybe from bita prison ko yente samba dawda hanata desert o ndama quran o dinna ron am okay ala nata o tonyo yandinya in prison nka boy sol karandi alquran o laje mal to remand blackboard o be je ngawbe revamp na paint nka nyo karandi je dol bi nka juma kutubo fa okay je motivation speaking within the four walls of the prison para keta watu timme ya lonko ngani ni tankung bani se o basoto ala bi dhikrillah tatma innul qulub funding ke wolje kabrim findita ngamo ni content ka ko alna sabal la jelo ke because I have this very loud laughter nka menke obe alquran ni ala tole wodi so suratul yusuf in a nutshell will lebiye nata je ko okay ala la nyino le mbenyin kono bari nyim fanan kole ya bije bara so mo se ke no nya kairoti mbota woldo ya yamana ta place ol dinna me alon ko mona na masata managing director editor in chief of the nation's leading newspaper at the same time like director general of GRTS in charge of the nation's radio and TV na dindingol MJ nyola be Netherlands wato de ka ko MDG managing director general because I was managing director and director general nata doku jamal ke je like ngamen fo en sultan in Ibrahim Cham yol this observer light series lalo Kebba drama la history intela initiate ala de marokan at GRTS TV I mean trailblazing program ning ala Sadio Baro alamani mani kafar kala aning jali alaji mbay wato Sadio Baro retire ta fan I was mainly with Star FM ngamuru na contract o diala nga jali alaji mbay sama nantere kende ba mosobe ba londiti ba is a researcher I do who back to anin tubabol about the Kora in Sweden you know Ablai Gassama then head of radio in Wollebe do wala no there was the executive producer at the head office na sembodi la pour yetama kata Senegal ka kuram bisan yol interview kata Casamance la lo Kebba ya dindi ya ke dameng kata Mbour in Senegal kar la ya tariko do fana ka wol tariko be samanam you know it was transformational wol be keta after this ku jamal dol fanan keta nte membe folano because ikadi amonte me nana sita jana ko ente ban le for life nte do ko keda man sa kunda for the entire rest of my life madomo malo ma borindi e konte Momodou Sabally ba jonga se song alama de yela ala fana kabri ya fo at that time people believed that my life was over wal alquran on si wala de wa kulillahumma malikal mulki tutil mulka man tasha wa tanzilul mulka mimman tasha there's only God that can decide whether I will go back to public office or not bimbe mintole walati na diata dawoda anyinyata dawoda adarajo na makamu awarata dawoda ngakilo kama suratul yusuf rabbi qad ataytani min al-mulk wa allamtani min ta'wil al-ahadith fatir as-samawati wal ardi anta waliyyi fid dunya wal akhirah tawaffani musliman wa alhiqni bis salihin mbenne monin darajo nin dawlo kono wati o ayola katara nda kono al suratul yusuf bulambulo na ma lafi nga futa kadiya fanka sole mbebe kunna je
yala ni na gas series do lege Yusuf la tariko because adaga mi ko nyama awanye Yusuf be karandi la fenna mi alon ko hani university ta karande ani mbela hari wala hutuna
I wish nsa quote no suratul yusuf la quote in this interview But in Takela, we have a very special relationship. Sheikh Hamma. Yusuf Ngafa Buko Safi about it 10 years ago. Right? Namiranga Yusuf understand. But the honeybee, nse futa aya doto, nse a call, nka ning ayo ya interpret nyadile. So walko hamyep wahyep. Ba hunde sa la dinkinti ba nana yakuma fonye. Very interesting nga esele safi about him alamani man kafak. I love him. Atenim bemba si senyol mas nyol nanyin suku lalal. I adore them. Nana esele safara ko kono la tariko. He was shocked because amalo nunca follow nyama. Sanjit tansa wambela dinkinti bala ko no. I am call I think he was not very happy with certain things that I revealed. Ako hani kila kabringa tata santo kabringa murta nga dol fo level dol bije ama wolfo. Ay to nyale fo de adu kitaba fa awha ila abdihi ma awha. Je man sene abake de. So nta be fo la no. Ro ko dole e kumo dia kumo e be fo man dia. So kuta sino la lingalla. Kusa bawulu.
So
na tu woto.
Gambian jama bije minya longo. Everyone have that misunderstanding sort of about anyone. It ever mina fola na jamia longo one level ije to know something about Sabally.
I don't explain myself. So many misunderstandings sort of. It is what it is. No public figure. For me, we kila Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. For me, understand. Who am I? لقد كان لكم في رسول الله أسوة حسنة لمن كان يرجو الله واليوم الآخر وذكر الله كثيرا. Don't be always in home. And Saudi Arabia for Bilal Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Atakela no. Na philosopher to be great is to be misunderstood. Ni be kela kuti dunia. For more se sort of mente faham la no. One of my favorite it's a motivational thing. Adum malo mentu malembe yin kacha si katun toli kantol yem push political kono science for mbuka henda no. Because sometimes you want to talk to people outside of the political prism. You say, no faham, no, karan no, no la kuoto.
Several episodes so
maybe after the election.
After the election.
But la femme for la walem ko. Nka kitabol karamba ke sign nak muka time setom ba ke pour ka buko ta ka read. Mainly Al-Quran on kawle read, but nka kitabul Quran mbake. But mainly na genre, nka men kara wale biographies wale yamula tariko safe. Adama dingol mani alon ko kututei keta mobality, both in terms of religion and outside religion. Ka wala tariko karang ibolo. Wabije kila rasira sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Tariq Ramadan, I think he wrote a very interesting book about the seerah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I forgot the title, one of my favorites. So Nkawul Karam, then I was supposed to be a scientist. I did a first degree in mathematics. I went to St. Peter's, so I wanted to be an engineer. But Kablinga University started last month, so I branched off into economics. But science school so people like Albert Einstein, Steve Jobs, iPad, iPhone, all that. And that has actually impacted a lot positively on my life. One of the things that Einstein says is that great spirits have always encountered violent opposition from mediocre minds. But you be that great spirit, you don't mind them. You know, come for a favorite example. I don't know interview but I don't care about them. Karobe tiltani lura be malala ki uncle la wulundi wakabe wa hawla karoyo kala mutareba. We don't have time for that. So to misunderstood is part of our path. So in fact we enjoy it. Some people will meet me, oh Sabally, oh you are such a nice guy, you know, blah blah, so I mean, do I have time to tell people who am I? No. In fact, to me, deep down, I'm busy trying to improve my life. Thank you. And wallahi, this is me. I'm trying to improve my life. I'm not trying to show anybody that I'm perfect. that's why most of the time istighfar nka wala foje parce que ko mujunu be bara lalti na salo mba jibe kambe na alquran karango mba improve wala la priority de mo len janya won la problem de so ntolbe o pass lekan we see our lives as an experiment. One of the people who have considered my role models is Benjamin Franklin, founding father of America. Ngala kitabul karanne wala concept is illa life inyanta continue la ko experiment ye nyindo kele amam bete yandi nyindo ka bete yata isafise yandi no afise yandi ntol kamira wala na dimba yal ndingol be wol topoto la nyame ye londo soto because ndela life is based on knowledge olumba foka moy alpha ba nka ente ba mani mfama maybe the kiyanka should not hear this but ba mani mfama be bankarang e kam taw kiyanko la merol e from be him alone ntenata ala yende ma wolen dundi karambongoto Kebba ndeka sinkan siso konkon inside Harvard University inside Harvard man talin fo yede ni la professor ka nyo saba in a lecture hall nka finti ka fanyo ko yemen fo bolen to nyaati Kebba min dol fana man ndingol karandino wodon dol la life is useless rat nanka ala tento alhamdulillah ngadi ngo soto ma ya lon ko ay men karan kitabol don de ma karan amazing human being alhamdulillah nga ala tento bari mol la mira don to la ko ma ken to la problem in fact growing up during my motivational inspirational jihad days, if I may use that terminology, one of the mantras nga men safen na bathroom sol ton ka wol be safa wol to latin na nindol bi jebe malam ko kal malum al kamemma ike ko fadi bere konko laite yamire ni 6 kilo le be dil ka ko be tayla le touch. One of the slogans nga mentanga dundi into our subconscious mind is this: what you think of me is none of my business. That is Momodou Sabally. It is what it is. As the honey wanted wallet. Yes.
Sabally, me mufla domandi na street mode la question ordo. Ni alambo ninga nyilinka ito lafta wala nyilinka. No nida fana jabiroge ida fana lafta ga jabiroge to make some things pour more you understand when you can tell you understand, and also to motivate a youth or someone somewhere life benyadi from your experience, you understand. But janinga fudo mbenyi ningala minna wala after having fana for that is also happening man of understand. If the government fails in certain areas, are you willing to publicly acknowledge it?
You know, it is the job of the opposition to criticize the government. I did that when I was in the opposition. Now I am with the government to help the government to work to make things right. Ya jame kabina bota jam mo jamale findita ya kajafi doli ya nay ya doya men ya ko ina do ko ina nante mo len ka ya jame kajafi because I was inside nyar nyanta men kacha la nga kacha bu ngale kono adu wallahi ya jame alon ko Momodou Sabally man silala nyanta men fala nga fa nga bu nya nak nga horoma. I will not sit down here because of looking for social media likes and try to pretend and kata ya jame kan nen ka wura kan ka no it's not true. But bu nya ni horoma kono nyanta ya mar la men ka ya na wala during that time de finti la bantaka fa ko this is government failure aran baro mo so ya limba ya ko kula akun tato bari nga bu nya le nga horoma ndeta rara man sakunda ka ko mo le ko nyina la government fail in a billion years it will not happen. Nin ko wolbe je men mante nyama ba kacha la cabinet wala kono definitely la bantaka ofa wala mjabirote. Yes. Yes.
Thank you for that answer. Very honest answer. So we move to economy and daily struggles.
Nga muruje ko tanke ka to nga foleno.
Nga foleno. Nga muruje do wonde. Youth jama ba siri unemployment is high. What is being done that people can actually feel?
Well, I'm not going to be murla jele. Gambia company solve ele kanne. Nim President Barona na talk. We call it an industrial tour. Purukata company ning factory ol men be banko kan. Aning senedin kiral men ya lon ko be do wala kata wol jibe. Wolunga kulu je banko kan yon tol be kawale. Ko nyin traveling back suitcase ol ning ko ka manufacture Gambia jay be la lanale. Standard traveling bag suitcase wonni men ka tama around the world a factory be jan o factory funding ke wol be do ko laje no the role still factory a factory be jan funding ke wolle be do ko wala je animal feed factory bi janne biscuit factory bi janne funding ke wolle be do ko wala je bottling company so factory be janne funding ke wolle be do ko wala je jabo be do ko kan in Fonyi between Bondali and Jarol and ye jabo do ko fo Gambia la market ma be absorb no ya export le woddin kiral be funding ke wolle be do ko la in fact during that turn in tata any factory to nka fo president balwani funding ke wolle natal pour mul sa je ko mansa kundala tambar no silol la bete ya kan factory be yele kan ne men be funding ke wol ta kan ibe do ko wala tol dol bi jembe mansa kunda nana malon fan ko wol be nyim banko kan there are a lot of challenges but there are also opportunities and developments going on but if funding ke be sonna pour ka do ko be do ko to keban that is the question because tubabo le mentality to the colonial system walen ko inyanta karanale ye simiso dum ye karawato dum ni wonte imantara do kula
ndol fana betama ni futa daje ngado welleke ni yalongo manke ko mobega sudol do
badal albuka be fo mole na tata McDonald's in Starbucks alka onata lo le share so this conversation should be broadened wala problem oti so nte wala na diaspora nkan hakilo tila kuwata bake nge bunya nge horoma jalibana na ya donkilo ke that was before semester alon semester to le wole kalamuta but there was a song 10-15 years ago jafe amna de yomi ame nafsi bitim rew that was the first version of our donkilo semester if I can tell you ako liggéey ak seda metina gaay nekk fofu jambarle wala mtoñati cha to awru man biya e se fambali konton la simon e dun suma ya kono e be do ko men na fam e buka fon e la family famoye because e be sila la niya foye e be joto la adum in a normal setup all work is noble but in a reality lon janne kube kuto dunia musuturo rete e fan suturo but it's not easy with our brothers and sisters out there wala nante ni mobe tubabudu hani $10 ni akinye nka tandile la ko nga appreciate le because nga lon ne kole ya membi pour ka ko do soto kamala fana menu be jang e ka ko do receive tubabudu kol bulu fo ye so wala fo ya karafa male pour yeta bungolo ye korda sang du ka resila ala la ya di la menkan ake wakamma sa kala ya tale so it's not easy there but like coming for this information gap dol bije ya mira nal tata je al katara official le kono waray katara ila bun kono le fayena e kodo di la because ya lon keba la fakata e fanu demanding misinformation disinformation erambe waleto nin ko tubabudu mo buka taraje ka kodo di la nga fani ya defa keba is that right mo dol katara ila bun kono ka kodo soto barabu ka siya wotela hajo jarala
min fo be amal la wala ala ka boko
thank you so yalong wala ante na integrity I will never speak to young people and lie to them na diata nyansa fo ko mantara tubabu do bari ngalon ko bijele bara abije nyame yemmen fo is the best explanation for manke mo la ngani ka to hotela haji daira so the point is doko lebe tubabu do aduma doko man easy nka balang doko do la janin tata tubabu do nka doko men so is worse than that in the social pecking order woto nga sonka doko ke wole kummayata factual be le kan be continue kayela even government projects Gambia we seeing a boom in infrastructure not just government with roads and electricity apartment complex ol siata jantonya from fania ibe bill kan Kebba unfortunately ni tata most of the people men be doko wala je Senegalese Sierra Leonean Guinea Bissau Kebba fotu babudu juma lela obunjangolo fotu babol ndebang Kebba nga Gambia funding ke wala nga university karanjanna jita be Canada be kapinta yalla je ni o fo dole se jutu wala
yalla video lo mba fakan because I'm a big advocate of avec molye babu ye mun jari tubabu taman jari kela life put in the risks ngo ke bakel and in the reality of tubabu so ndan ga pindi le ngafo so nanga kuma do fonfo mol ga video ni sen nyana WhatsApp ka voice ki nyakan tank mo fo tubabu le because ka wala ko bela man speak you understand so ngafo mole ko mejo karan jandi kana tubabu han atri bita don school le mejo so also fan to be honest ngafo government fan ye school be local nyame skill center for the nyanta ka siya wala nyama. So I don't know government no municipal dal.
Government is doing everything in that Nika Ministry of Higher Education follow. Going to Carton saying a skill center. Is it enough? No. We'll continue to do it. But even under that scheme, Kebba, Professor Per Gomez a project launch more than $500 million is ka skill center. So I mean, I don't Kebba, yela skill center le low brika ma jamisa man sakunda se ko do million fula saba pour que empower because yalan ko niya di life na me molle ma ko ila wol bije e ko di choro so di do la pour yeta ni graduate business all. There's a lot happening from government. Is it enough for Mbafala Baroya Kanyan Taibulula Nyoka? No. We can and should do better. We'll continue to, but we need to acknowledge also the positive steps that government is taking. And the fundamental foundation, the fundamental flaw of all this discussion is the mindset of the Gambian youth. We need to work on that. It's not going to happen overnight. Yeah, one day I have a big family. Beijing interview manager. Nga patient sa nyanta mentera ibela hospital ngamba di ngosoro nyanta futala men ma kilim fula saba nga haji dol soto ndingo fango ala fa tunga tanu supermarket to go shop nga ekono no be cancel kanajan. Thank you. Because I know it's beyond you and me. It's about talking to the next generation of leaders. But back to the mindset issue. As a graduate from UTG, the guy is a carpenter in Canada, but he's a highly successful guy. So back to your M4, I mean, to babol banke toileti. You might love to mo some dundile la banko kamea lonkati na falafabe torala. Imang make also reman doko se remonekela. You go into criminal activities. Who wants that? So nila fatama la fana make oni. Right now, I'm sure people saw me visit cruise ship. Cruise ship Gambia in some one cruise ship recently. And I want to thank Musa Drame, the head, for his patriotism and his zeal and will to empower young Gambians. Bring a cruise ship and visit. Mojamale call they want jobs on cruise ship, and we are willing to help. I'm going to work with Musa to see how, because at least conservative estimate there are more than 3,000 jobs, cruise ship jobs open right now. But if you want to for yama cruise ship later see selfie no, they need cooks, they need waiters, they need technicians on board the cruise ship. They need cleaners. But need them all karang ima make you also jumale be tala do, it's not going to happen. That's one aspect. The other aspect, that cruise ship, Woluntata Musala office, wallahi passport will be 10, US visas. But what are some of our people doing? Cruise ship inyanta board la America, le American visa di la futa America. Ibe airport bam ila moli ene pick ye samba. Imam futa cruise ship. So mani Gambian dola fa do cruise ship be tala leba. Wato le sita kurunga tonya fo nyoy ngata la tonya taba. Mindset ho nying fase change. And it's not going to happen overnight, I know it, but nying kacha sifa nyanta siya kewa al politik diamo tala banko kan ndolle be jali ala tumbulo. Like sometimes nka interview Jamal Tondan, I'm tired of talking about politics. This is what we live every day. You understand? But this kind of conversation wole nyanta siala na kacha na nyo challenge na nyo yamari, we can even disagree, but in a non-disagreeable way on what is the situation, what is the way forward. But in kacha sifa nyanta kelale pour ka funding ke wol makoi ila miraro iba improve la nyame ambe kacha menate hani mona ta me alonko he doesn't agree with us. Maybe another lefanga yang attack, and I'm sure there'll be a few insults on this post. Fine, if that's what makes. No, hold on. You need to help me with anything. We are used to it. If that's what makes you happy, go ahead and insult. But in our ni okay ni pareta ni teme dam kuni ela as a keno ela miraro falling. But kachale nyantakela. Yes, you need to have these conversations. It's about time.
It's about time.
Yeah.
So one thing I learned from Sabally. I want to be informed because it may see the office over, you understand. And then even handing over the fact that your mission Jamal sort of be to grant this when kono file. And we am important that this is beyond us. What do government Kebba yamere journalists in Karana wala tani ngwe hanide. Ngakuku geba fala yamere in Karana wala fala. But then platform wala dombul nim yamra mol kan lamay. Nana ndafuta la molma yamra mol ki fala lamay. Sometimes Kebba sa lafika diam do for barade diam la no for ni moya ni nga kudol la Kebba will understand as a motivational speaker Quran mo ya kaja ni along ke performance la for me because everything here is not to challenge anyone or whatsoever, is to motivate the next person me along ko bani la moy kan min jigitan go question jamal la sota da me yalon ko wala bitaga but one thing ngamin fo ngamin karela ko do wala minti ila straightforwardness because sometimes ngala feel like aka kwalembo ko kudo do bari ka ko nyele ta because nde kabol respond in my comments okay what I do me I no more respond like me alone I see it as a bad comment most of the time when I have a guest because I bring you in my platform it is my responsibility pour mol baringa alhamdulillah na platform me alone mol kam follow me yalongo ifanan hakilo warta kon ni le kaje hakilo warta nyaame dumando bado ikaminke wolam ifanan hakilo e minje ndaka moy ifanan ko si vale la baje esa ye min do bari kan webe wo fe
no remember it's normal you are in the democratic space fananga yo nyinkale to allow those contradictions I can assure you there will be insults on this page, but the point is, ndolman time lesa kama sota puluka wali jibe. Nka ala tend to back any mol nata fa a negative comment ke so it's like some people it's like who will listen to you, who is following you. But comment so we've been in it, so we taking it. It's just a side comment. So no slide from at our next topic.
What so learn from you from this point. Nim other more good comments in your platform and bad comments
all right, so that page, Momodou Sabally, is one of the most influential pages in this country, alhamdulillah. It's a post killing your 500 comments, 1,000 comments. So the point is, until a social media live when you're most of the time, I'm not following what's going on. And administratively, one of them is in Netherlands, actually, the other is in Morocco. So, well, like a page, therefore, I'm not actually, what's the term? I had a full role on my page, Yembondiye. So I think I can, malonka editing the maleke nodal, because in an hakle, and ndokeli I feel I'm a target. So Yembondiye. So I'm posting kele. But sometimes post kateri me alonko ntemake. But of course, not the all they know my philosophy. They will not post anything me along. I will not agree with it. But sometimes ninga post kefang jani me murala comment like somanda. If I post an ayah of the Quran, ndara do kudla or manato or something. Jani nte be futala comments. 12 midnight. Jani mbe la lan sitang a few comments yibe. Men jarra jabi la nge jabi men manjara jabi la nge tuje. So don't be like nimbe freeing like this Sunday ndara so kon be ataya minkan. I can go and see a few political opponents many along ko imal limit soto ko nata nga political post fami sina yang attack bal nga alquran post ni nata comment auto ni mu kiyanko li angale kama man koreng kan angela english la koreng ka for which school did you attend ila nyi grammar man koreng ko sifa just to have fun so dol bije genuine people is in a question ask ngejabi genuine people is in a criticism ke if I don't agree, I'll tell you I don't agree. If I agree, sometimes some people would come and insult. Normally, I would delete at times. Right now, there are more than 1,000 insults on my page. I don't care. But ninna taro because mukatanga na ajibe jumala be comment kam fana legele ni molka be way Sabally mbi la page lenka comment le hello I don't have time. But ninna dungo page to ani wo notification nata nga comment ye. Sa nyen ndiro ke nke block le. People generally believe I'm the most tolerant guy on Facebook. But ni kan ndiro ke ba ke nke block le because mokuma ba alfal ba level page. So that's not even about me. Certain people don't want to see certain vulgar comments. I have one of my favorite Gambian youths, by all standards my favorite, Akaranta, Aikila Kano, Ala Kano. You know, so looking like, why these comments, blah, 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 don't worry. Especially on the Quran, you don't know, Ntela purpose on Facebook by sharing the Quran is to direct the young people's attention on the Quran. So, need another negative comment, it's okay with me. So, Dolka Menke, especially in political opponents, at some point when I just switched, ninga ayo post if I can sit a research ke counter ayata to try to attack me oka dia nyabake because that day ngete force le tata research ke yalon tel alquran ayo buka bondi google ndeka na mushaf le yele ning karanta mfutata dame ngaji ko this aya stood out for me to nga po wala ngeta rakachara ete cha den ayo na bam ngata nga post nde buka research de ba ni woyete kam fa fo research ke mashallah, I've achieved my goal. So it's about hikmah at some point.
So guys, kada diare bagya but Sabal mu hajitiyo. The Sabal kibla than the whole day. So maybe one or two questions ngana around of body. So mbe Sabal nyini ngala minna wala nyindi as a youth ebe mum advice the dealer to ordinary Gambian, me as a youth and also any other youth. Yeah, advice with DJ. But as a whole.
My advice is I am asking you to be happy. Mobe say one tell after all. Try to be happy. Ya alon wo kumona niya mira ko kuma yon fadi mara kuma foyari ye mistake back is a loaded statement. Munika mo kontanindi. Ya alon se ukacha no le kabrin jam fo ula ron tabanna. But kontano manke kuti na muke chahan kuti. Hadamba di moite se wala no force foye bule la fitra no ma ala ye da nyamen akoye menke yake akoye mentuje ya tuje ni ma ko don e fanga men fo ayoto ma aisha tan tanka e ka wala so la balwole ka dete do li amire mo fuaro leti man kontani do millionaire no millionaire be fam fala be sele la bungol kan in Manhattan in Netherlands because of what ma aisha tan tanka ki yanka mero be jali na yala yerenke mono min oka seo men ke Donald Trump bukake that will be fitting all kono. So happiness is not a shallow term, it's deeply rooted. Abije fanan ise do ko ka meya lonko ala yete lundi wasilo le kan ila natural talent o fanan se happiness dila ise ala la lual noma dibe banko men kan ala lual ye noma o fanan be happiness dila ni la ise sino ni ko be balula wandi fengol la kamol scam kamol alad ene moto nyimma be be tarla moto jimma kono air conditioner je be taralaje ete happy la no. So this is a deep concept dol kan challenge ten Cristiano la kitabo kono linjil kitabo kuma kama bije this is the day that the Lord has made and we shall rejoice and be glad in it ala nyil ngole da dambe se wona jene nyanta happy la le ni ustaso benta akoye ko antul man happy nka ka alquran o karane ako anka qul bi fadlillahi wa bi rahmatihi fa bi dhalika falyafrahu ala kay kila men kinya nangana alquran o kam man se kontan e misil mo de ko naneta kontan. So be happy. But that's a deep concept. Ninko happy fanang, it doesn't mean ko ibe wulale konton si mandato ka ilafta dendiko men na the latest chart coming do Netherlands ya dung in along hari hani along hari sarakulo al mawo civilized ke purka dendika fashion. I'm serious. It are based on 100%. Dunia be wala nyama kila sallallahu alaihi wasallam men nama be soto saibul sallallahu men ma be soto. But they were happy munatin because of they were grateful for what they had. Bibe diala le soma yakole atilka le yamun dawilu ha bainan nas ibadi ngol be fala le dolbe kurana is part of life. You understand nak even wokole yakono is happy. But ni koy be ta against the qadar of Allah. It's like a billion nati le lungol dungi be kumbola. So it's a complicated concept. You know, nga poems, I did speeches on this thing. The youths are happy. I believe in that concept. It's not even a political slogan. It's deeply rooted in my DNA now. So, Membeje, I want to expand a little bit because sometimes people, okay, like can you come in school men for Dolkana, ke come from the Keneng, Dolbije, they want to clap for you, or Kumaya. But there's a whole group of people, men can I comment stop. They actually want to understand what you are saying. Because it will not understand. Sure. So what Dolby J saying inbox fan, if I see you as a serious guy, I'll respond. Dolby J say la WhatsApp number dina niye kacha. But membe J walem until a slogan is can't cage me. Kana song no will develop as a slogan. And I have t-shirts, caps, mugs, sweaters. But the youths are happy. Maybe niya ya diamo Franciana. I think that time. Wallahi nana man sing kon kana slogan left into the youths. But nana man ke. They act on inspiration, and maybe you will understand that. Some people would not. Inspiration is because of say. Akana nya men ka wale for any network of la wahyu male kana. You know. So I had just switched from UDP to NPP, and you know diamo be sharing. I'm sure you witnessed that. It's like a tectonic shift in Gambian politics. So I can be to running, of course, my youths. I've been in youth work for more than 25 years. That was my first job. Nimfundinke ola relationship. Fine, as a politician, it any aspect of you is not political. But that's beyond politics. My relationship with young people. I have youth in every political party, in every region, in every ethnicity, in every country, continents. I have mentees in Sierra Leone, in Liberia, in Rwanda, in the United States of America, in Netherlands where you are. Natali will be jele. Some of them from Napeji Ketara, yeah, he's my man, but politically we don't agree. So what? Fantela ko la ikra fi dini kataba na rusumina la gai. Ala ma mol force ala dino kan dey mo right so okay for na political. So I met with this group of youths. The guys actually, and I have the photo. Abe faratole. Now bentale beach somandara Sabally, told me the farm so later, we just want a picture, So I took a picture. Then I was not even online. So one of my admin and I asafaje the youths are happy. Kabini wako bam. La ilaha illa Facebook golu mag you for ko kule Facebook the youths are happy. So if you want them online from those days, but na boy do be Musa Sisho. He follows me on Facebook. He's very interesting. I think he has to be the most tolerant Gambian on Facebook. He just makes people laugh. I couldn't tell other president about do be yakakukende famala. So I've been different kang the first week. Menuka for the youths are not happy, the youths are happy. So the following week like a tonta. I am against. I am a colleague though, for me do call a government, I will not allow to nyabe kuyari I oppose. I go, Mr. President, what's wrong with the youths? The youths are not happy. So who will be duntanyo kono? Some people printed shirts, the youths are not happy. Somebody wrote a book to say the youths are not happy. You will be like so to be honest, I didn't intend it as a slogan, but I believe that opposition to the slogan only for my slogan on impose. So I didn't I can bend the wall. I was in Tanje at a football match, the youths are happy. I was a political rally, Merol, Jegol, the youths are happy. Imam Doyem Kola Konga the imams are happy. Yes. Ako follow to near Kutubo Keke Mira of Fabila Labumara Fabine arrest last time and Jaiteh or whatever.
The youths are happy.
The imams are the sheikhs are happy. The chief of Jara
speakers are happy.
The chief of Jara East. Akonga slogan do create the chiefs are happy. Alcalo fana yenje ko ka salary soto e ko na change ngake the alcalos are happy. It is what it is.
Your impact is big. So Mr. Sabally, ni atara fenne me Gambia politiko kono itela ftaka min change bi
tough one. Politics is politics, akake janyama akake dula dolto wala nyama. I know some people they want to be idealistic, la political kake nyame nyo nengo kelo blah blah. It's the same everywhere. Political it's a tricky game. So the political background, like, I'm not here to change anything. I just want my president to win and continue with his development. That's it, nothing else. Political. Molbe nyo nennale, molbe nyo kajafilale, molbe kelelale physically. It's not ideal. Men nyata woleng, nkana nyoneng, nkana nyo attack. But niko football okela foul tekela. Game what is so you might as well stop the game.
So yeah, science and go impact is too big. More flavor family killing one. For example, Dobe UDP. Example
be haven't akatante family family.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dobe UDP, Dobe NPP.
Yes, it's happening.
More flow. Problem also always because of their political differences.
Yes.
Somebody who messaged us over media.
I'm telling you, it happened to me. When I was in UDP, my elder sister Bakilin Fakilin, she was in NPP. It was a very tough situation. In fact, sister Flalo in NPP. After Donat, I joined. So I think, like now, for generally, kakuma kama fay nyoma hanatal man dem fenna amanya na kela, but especially if you are from the same family, I'll tell you should be extra careful, extra patient. I love the relationship between Maimuna Balde and Moro Balde. Maimuna is our national events mobilizer. Is a Moro Balde is a top UDP guy. But asana uyale bile tema, ni benta dulal to ibenyo tisla. I think anyanta kela wale nyama. Especially MFO. Politiko ka banne. Politiko menketa UP. Malong for UP le no chad. Wala nang creating advice on no political. Wala mper njay la patite no. Because even before independence and in PPP, Jawara nyol la patio. Kulu keta political to water. Badingol. Physical fight, no exaggeration. But UP le ite malo fam mu UDP. PPP le almost there. Kullu man alayha fan wa yabqa wajhura bika dhil jalali wal ikram. Ala damma le bella banani misil meya. Ang hakiloto. Akana jari yekube especially MFO. Between family members. Nah. Things change. Things time and things change. but stick to your religion, stick to your relatives. Mobuke eko bading fay suntu kuma man soto polo. Adu mobuke bading o ibuka tombong ifanga ya omo ala darol. So I think what I will repeat again, especially bading maltema ala hakilo tubake political quarter. Amanjarala, it's not worth it. Yes. Yes. Wala bela bana fana.
So guys, my final question on the Saballa, and then after that, Alafonye, fall after na Saballa on Street Wisdom Talk with Kebba, and then I don't see a question demand will be a million motivational yantaka bakono, and then youth soul yantaka memory to sometimes the mingenga post like guess my guest.
Oh, okay.
No,
I think you should really do this Shehama thing.
Yeah.
I think you should.
That
is saying. That's all I said. Now you can take your question and let's go.
Sabally advice or as a motivational speaker, because Sabally Mufemfen the B. Everyone is a motivational speaker. So is even part of Sabally among the before the link personal baker now. What message do you have for the younger generation, and what message do you have for Gambian youths?
Work hard, study hard, be peaceful. Work hard, study hard, be peaceful. Doku wake karang. Kairo kumofo ya bara kana somo yedu ndifiti nokon Allah banko le ndol fana manke dindi sai nim banko betara funding ke wala na tinyata funding ke wala sako be nyim political season o men kono ten mo kana somo yedu ndifiti nokon fiti no be Iraq ning Iran ning Israel le tema ndol be janna mi rafonna hajente bi mo naketa essence o da mal la fa
hanne lando defo ba problème ko
so fitino mon bete wattaqu fitnatan la tusibanna alladhina zalamu minkum khassa si la fitino la me ya lon ko abina menu tora sa trawol ma ke fan fitino mon bete ya adu ngajele mol be fitino dimba malakan ibe mol encourage kam fitino la Gambia mo kayra bankolete na kayro le taraja ngawtu yang kullama awqadu nara lil harbi arfa Allah men lafta fitino wolinde alama alayji suma bon kambar fondinke wol ise sila ye bori fitino la ye karang ye doku wake fondinke ya wala ma watoti karambe karanto be indila fakelanta kala no time ti jen kam mira tapaso indini wala school fees la you understand wokuma tabake fondinke ya wato dal karang ye doko ke dunia be falin kam spira falin nyala men sangrata bake this AI generation doku be doku to in the next 2-3 years hada madi ngata kala ko robot solle be mol saf kan all restaurant olto in Europe ngamenje China is even more advanced than Europe, I swear. So nga karang jamanol jamani kuta londol men be finti kan nga londo so nga londo so to fanansa tamandi nyala me yalon kon sem fan nafa ngan badi ngol nafa nga banko nafa nga umma nafa nkana tamandi nyala men seti nyaroke o man beta ya do ko ke karang kayro fo ya bara wala ya maroti
guys mafala nume ala barga bage for watching this, and then I hope if one or two message learned from Mr. Sabally, and Mafala Sabally fane, thank you so very much for granting this interview. So Nages most of the time I ask them, this is like Kebba among the rules, among the fenty, but I always ask my guests, who do you want me to bring next on Street Wisdom Talk with Kebba?
Jaiteh.
Jaiteh.
Yes, I got that answer ready. And bring him again and again and again.
Inshallah.
Yes.
Guys, Momodou Sabally abaraga baga kodi komi yako nyama ngaku jama moyla kuoto bi moje ngaku jama karay bulu fanan amanke dia mo fanan jama
It's normal.
How you even make this interview possible? Because ni mo jamaka kacha, you understand. So there's ni mo program sort America political party dolto, political party dol ka tandina, favoring political party card wala munana. But I text most of the people. Sometimes I respect. Not every. Some people reach out to me for interview even. Sometimes they'll become sort of no, sometimes time okay now, so I respect all that, you understand. But in Martin Lala, okay, this platform is an independent platform. Kebal Tam, Kebale Be Marlingala, I am the only admin on all the platforms, but then it's bigger than me at this point. It is for me and for any individual me along is following Kebba. So more or less a program also to know them. The goal is to make change. I don't want to be, I don't just want to be another face in the crowd. I want to be someone who make an impact in the life of others. So Nick Agara to reach out to Mr. X or Mr. Y, who will film for me along with the first on the platform where we'll be we get a and we will keep on continuing this program. So thank you once again, Mr. Sabally.
Well, thanks for having me. In Tolkien Bejang funding Kewale, that's our primary focus, more than politics or any other thing. And the message I'm giving you here, if you go to YouTube, you'll see similar messages 10, 15 years ago. Nothing has changed in terms of my message and communication for young people. Alala de malo to Antoluka interview nyini, mbuka bula normal. Momodou Sabally Maiko mutada oda ya dia.
Yeah, then the dream Maiko di keningo janinga Maiko mala. Madungan nature of interview when you came. Let's go.
I don't need preparation.
You are even more prepared than me. But then I will come back for you. And then,
after Sheikh Hama, I insist on you speaking to my Sheikh so we can all learn from him. No then problem. After I can come back.
No problem. Maybe maybe inshallah one day.
No, in fact, you will not call him. I'll call him here before you go.
No problem.
Yes.
You can sit. Sabally fele, and that fele, Kebba fele, Okaza fele. We elaborate on
that will be very special. Inshallah.
Yeah. So